Hello, everybody. Jordan Murphy here, and welcome to the ROI interview. I am joined today with Shakira Niazi. She is the founder of Salvare La Vita Water. It's a bottled water company with an amazing, amazing mission. And we're going to talk to Shakira today, learn a little bit about her, where she comes from, and about the powerful, powerful message and the powerful work that this bottled water company is doing for those in need. Shakira, thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you for having me.
So, like I said, Salvare La Vita Water and Shakira Niazi are two amazing stories in and of themselves. Why don't you tell me in short, briefly, because we'll talk more about this, tell me what is Salvare La Vita Water?
Sure. Salvare La Vida translates to saving lives. And it really came to me when I started to study or actually learn about the lack of clean water issues. This was a couple of years ago, so we were in the middle of a recession, and it didn't make sense to create another charitable organization that depended on donations due to the fact that everyone was cutting back and we were on a strict budget. At the same token, on the other side, I was learning about the Apple success story, the visionary of Steve Jobs, Facebook, Google, these amazing, powerful businesses that were essentially changing the world. So I thought to myself, what if we use the strength of a business to do good? So that for each bottle that we would be selling, someone in some village would have access to clean water. And that's essentially what Vita Water does.
Excellent, excellent. So, tell me, I can obviously, I know you come from Afghanistan. I know you came here with your family many, many years ago. You have an inspiring story. Can you tell us a little bit about your backstory and how that played into creating Salvare La Vida Water?
Oh, absolutely. So essentially, when I was learning about the lack of clean water, its dramatic impact of the lives on so many, nearly a billion people without access to clean water, over 3 million deaths associated with the lack of clean water issues. I personally visualized families that have to watch their loved ones die due to this preventable disease, which is essentially waterborne diseases. And so I thought, this is not something that we need to create a new science for. It's simply a matter of having access to clean water. The fact that it was a issue related to women and children, that obviously impacted me as mother of two. Um, the more I studied the lack of clean water, the more I realized that it was impacting. It comes before education. It comes before the economic development. I mean, most of these villagers do not have access to clean running water, so they have to walk some 2, 3 miles away from their residence to fetch dirty water and carry it in these containers that weigh something like 40 pounds. So it just, the more I studied it, the more I realized that everything else comes after having access to clean water. And so to me, as you said, it takes me back home because essentially I could have been one of those statistics. I was born in Afghanistan. Back then, when we lived there, life was peaceful until the invasion of Soviet Union. I was only 9 at the time. I lived and I somehow, through some miracle, ended up here. And I was I was fairly thirsty for peace and hungry for comfort. I took full advantage of the land of opportunity, went on to earn a bachelor's, a master's, a comfortable career. But that inner voice, that voice that is not so loud at first, but the more you listen to it, the more it reminded me that with success comes responsibility. And where I had come from, there was a reason for it. And so the fact that I was here at this moment in this part of the world, it was a there was a reason.
Yeah.
There was a bigger reason. So for me, this brand of bottled water means much more than just another bottled water.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And this is that bottle of water right there. And you know what? You're right, Shakira. Everything happens. Everything happens for a reason. You know, you went through what you went through, and that's gotten you where you are today. And you're making choices based on that. You're not letting your circumstances determine who you are. You're being inspired by who you are today and what you see as a possibility for the future. So that's a powerful message. As far as the competitive nature, the competitiveness of bottled water, the bottled water industry, it's highly, highly competitive and somewhat, people might say, saturated. What distinguishes Salvare La Vida water from other bottled water companies?
Well, first off the bat, my mission, I guess my dream is to eliminate the lack of clean water issues around the world. And this is something that's doable. We could actually do that in our lifetime. So in order for me to succeed in that mission, what I did is quite a bit of research in terms of what was the most valuable futuristic content that consumers were looking for in a brand of bottled water. And so what it turns out that most of the premium brands were promoting electrolytes, high pH level. But the more I looked into the list of ingredients, I realized that most of the popular brands were, interestingly enough, municipal source. They were tap source water. So I thought, well, that should be for free. It is for free. I didn't see the value of bottling that brand. And then there's these additives that were being added into the municipal source purified water to create the electrolyte and the high pH level. But to be honest with you, I've always been a fan of Mother Nature made products. Yep. So Vita water is from a spring in high points of Sierra Nevadas with the perfect balance of natural electrolytes and alkalinity. And speaking of Mother Nature, it was important to me to build a brand that was not impacting our planet. And so we're proud to say that Vita water is also 100% certified carbon neutral. And so we're not impacting our planet any more than it already has been.
Right. Well, you know, Shakira, this bottled water, and what I hear is this bottled water, distinct from other bottled waters, other than the fact that it is delicious, it comes from a natural source, it is competitively priced, and my favorite part about it is the impact that I get to make when I purchase this bottle of water. I get to be an impact on those in need, and I don't have to switch up my habit that much. And that's the thing for many people. They look and they ask, how can I give back? What can I do to help others? Oh, I'm so busy. Oh, I've got a life, da-da-da-da-da. You know what? You go to your local store, you go online, you go to vitawater.org, you go to one of the participating stores in Northern California, you pick a bottle of water, and you get to be a contribution to helping those in need. And that's what I think is powerful about Salvare La Vita water. So, again, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I want to remind everybody to go to vitawater.org to learn lots more about Shakira, about Salvare La Vita water. Thank you, Shakira. Have a fantastic day, and I look forward to hearing more as this story unfolds.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.